Howdy everyone. So this year's annual NetEase Connect introduced us to some of the new content to be added into Identity throughout the year. While it hinted at the newest Huntress, the Naiad Grace, it also previewed two potential survivors, Mesmer and Emil. Now at first glance, in my opinion, these two are quite simple, not too exciting characters, but we don't exactly know their gimmicks based on their plain appearances. While not much is known about Emil, he has a proclivity for climbing, which is probably related to his ability given he does release as a survivor, and the unusual fact that he has the same birthday as Ada, October 10th. Could these two be twins? Or is this a coincidence among a doctor-patient relationship? There's no question though that these two are somehow related. Now Mesmer shouldn't really be all too unfamiliar to those following Identity lore. Her name appears in a letter addressed to lawyer Freddie Riley concerning an onset of anxiety experienced by his pregnant wife, Martha Riley, future Martha Remington, formerly Martha Beck, and Freddie's peculiar investment into an unspecified hospital. Mesmer's lore could provide very interesting insight into Game 1 characters, such as Lawyer, Doctor, Gardener, and Hellember, but also characters further associated in her probable places of employment or interest. Given she oversaw the treatment of Martha, Ada could be employed in the Lydia Jones Clinic, founded and run by obstetrician Lydia Jones, aka Emily Dyer, aka the survivor we know as Doctor. But a true psychologist would not traditionally find themselves prescribing medication, especially in an OBGYN. Mesmer's interest in hypnosis suggests she may be a working member of the White Sand Street Asylum, an orphanage turned asylum that is sponsored by the thief Creature Pearson, volunteered at by Doctor, and housed by Gardener, Explorer, Axeboy, and Axeboy's sister. I would also not be surprised to find that Mesmer worked in this asylum, wherein the apparently emotionally collapsing Emil was a patient. I mean, his interest is staring, so it would make sense he got a few shocks to the head in the asylum because we know that's what they do there. So while Mesmer could be connected to numerous locations within Identity, we can't be too sure until her release with further deductions. What's sure though is that her history is closely related with lawyer Freddie and his wife Martha. How close her relationship is with Doctor is what I'm most curious about though, given the tragic and controversial past of Lydia Jones. Martha was also a patient of Lydia's, who at her private clinic provided secret illegal procedures for pregnant women. Although it seemed in past letters that Martha had no intention of terminating her pregnancy of her unborn daughter Annecy, it seems Martha passed away after a failed termination of pregnancy at the hands of Lydia. Before fleeing under the name Emily Dyer, after Martha's body was found, Lydia protested the poor treatment of the asylum patients, especially Lisa Beck, aka Emily Woods, Martha and Leo's child, who had undergone brutal electroshock treatments administered by Lydia that left her occasionally losing touch with reality. So where there are gaps in this narrative, I think Mesmer could provide some key perspective, especially concerning Martha's whereabouts after leaving Freddie, and possible lore of the Sacred Heart Hospital. Now as for her abilities, Mesmer is named after the father of mesmerism, Franz Mesmer, who insisted that through animal magnetism, literally unseen magnetic fluid in animals, one could either heal or entrance beings. Though Ada most likely will not have a kit too directly related to this, given we have a survivor, First Officer, who hypnotizes hunters with his Poseidon watch. Most likely she'll be equipped with medical tools as fitted for lobotomy. Now, I don't see her lobotomizing hunters during a match, but her controversial methods might buff other survivors as treatments, or her tools may somehow entrance the hunter, allowing her to alter their movement, even though again, that's sort of First Officer's specialty. As for Emil, I'm pretty convinced he'll maintain some sort of climbing ability, possibly a grappling hook or some sort of climbing gear, but I'm not too sure. He may in some way factor in Ada's kit, or just have a completely separate gimmick altogether. Either way, I'm curious to see. Anyway, let me know what you think about these characters and their potential abilities. As always, thanks for watching, and happy hunting.